beautiful people. Welcome to the Wealth Tribe. I am so glad that you are here. Listen, y'all already know what I always say. Wealth is your divine inheritance, and God has given you the power to gain wealth, okay? This is the place for children of God that is ordained to build wealth, all right? Break generational curses, obtain wealth so that you can advance the kingdom of God, and also to leave a legacy for your family and make sure that your family is good once you leave this earth. So in today's teaching, you guys, we're going to talk about setting the foundation for your financial house, all right? Before we consider building wealth and just, getting our finances in order, we need to understand what is the foundation, what are we building on? And this is going to help you as you embark on your financial journey and trying to as you embark on your financial journey to obtain wealth and place yourself in a better financial position. So you guys already know, y'all, I always do my notes. I'll be planning things on here, my teaching. So I have everything on my laptop, and we're just going to go ahead and go through it. I will be looking at the screen, but don't worry, because we're going to be engaging, all right? We're going to engage, all right? Make sure we keep that eye contact. I see you. I see you trying to get everything together. Build that wealth. Break those generational curses, all right? Take control of your finances, and I am proud of you. You are doing a great job, all right? And this video is going to bless you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Setting the foundation for your financial health. So setting the foundation is the first step to getting your finances in order and building wealth. Your foundation is the underlying basic principle, and you will use the structure throughout your life to build wealth and finance consistently. Your foundation never changed. So think about a house, right? If you have a house, that foundation that it was built on is not changing. It's going to be the same no matter who comes and who goes. That is the same when it comes to your financial house. And there are a few areas that you must have within your financial foundation. Think of wealth and finance as a pyramid, right? And there are 4 stages within this pyramid that must be covered in order for you to actually truly build true wealth. So the very first part of the pyramid is cash flow, okay? Cash flow. This is the lowest, all right, the lowest level within the pyramid, but the first foundation level that you must have in order to get things moving and just have that motion. So before you can start getting your finances in order and building wealth, you need to consistently generate enough income to take care of your living expenses, have money put aside, right, for 3 to 6 month emergency expenses to just cover you in case anything happened. So that cash flow is the very first thing. It is the last on the pyramid when it comes to true wealth. However, it is the very first thing that you need to get that motion going. Somebody say, I'm getting my motion going. All right, you got to get that motion going. Cash flow. Now, generating cash flow doesn't mean you have to have 10 streams of income. Your job is literally bringing in cash flow. If you're doing something else outside of your job, that is other cash flow as well, and that is great. So you got the first brick is there. You're doing well. You're doing well. The next thing is of investing in assets and limiting liability. I'm going to say that again. Investing in assets and limiting liability. All right. This is the second level of the pyramid. Once you have your cash flow foundation in place, you can start paying off debt. All right. And investing in assets that will generate income for the future. So assets such as mutual funds, bonds, stocks, real estate, insurance policy, those are assets as well. Retirement account, children's savings account for education, those are assets as well. Anything that will yield forth a return in your investment later on in the future, you want to put your money into that. So you want to make sure you are investing in things that are going to give you a return in investment. Your shoes, your clothes, your hair, that include me too. All of these things that we get, If it's not bringing money back, you don't need to keep putting money into it. That is not going to help you to build wealth. So consider, there are so many different things that you can invest in. You want to make sure you decide what type of investment vehicle you're going to use in order for you to build wealth. So the value of the investment you decide to invest in over time will yield an increase, and this will help you later on in life as well. The third part of this pyramid is estate. This is real estate and estate planning as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through this with you. So moving up the pyramid, the next level is estate, and you need to consider estate planning as well. This is very important. Creating an estate will include real estate property, your will, your trust, and having a POA in place. When you have these things in place, it protects your family, and it prevent probate court from taking money that you work your butt off to have for your family once you leave. Many people don't have will, trust, and power of attorney or estate plan in place, nor do they have real estate. So a lot of times what end up happening is once they leave, there is so much money the family has to pay just to obtain what they have worked for. You want to go ahead and eliminate that stress and make it easy for your family as well. So as you build up the ladder, you're at number 2 part of that pyramid where you're investing. Go ahead and create your estate plan. Know who is your power of attorney, right? Know what property is going to who. Stop purchasing property as well. All of this fall in the third part. The process can be costly, however, it is worth it in the long run. Process can be costly for your family if you were to pass away, and if you have companies, properties, so much valuable things, it'll be difficult for them to obtain it, right? Estate plan that clearly lay out how your assets is to be handled will help you when you're not here. It's going to really help your family. You're setting up that foundation for them. When I was in banking, you guys, literally I watched people there were people, family coming in, and their loved one was on the deathbed, and guess what? They did not have these things in order. So now I'm playing attorney when I should be an investment banker. I'm calling, speaking with attorney, doing all of this because that third part of the pyramid was not properly handled. They had the investment, but the estate, the will, the trust, everything was not in place. So consider that as well. It's going to help you. The fourth part of this pyramid is legacy planning. All right. We work so hard. We want to do so many great things, but we don't think about the future, like our legacy. Who are we going to pass things down to? So at the very top of the pyramid, the next foundation is your legacy and your legacy goal. This foundation is how people will remember you when you are no longer here, right? How you impact the life that you impact, the work that you did within your community. Legacy planning is so important. I am a firm believer in your true wealth is actually you in other people. What do I mean by that? How you change people's life, the wisdom that you give to them, all right? How you build them up, everything that you pour into them is true wealth. Because when you leave, they're not going to remember the car you was driving. They're not going to remember the materialistic things you had, but they're going to remember what you did for them. They're going to tell their kid, there was a time in my life and this person helped me and did this. This person shared this with me and it did this for me. Leave people with yourself and not just materialistic things. So you got to consider, for my legacy, how do I want to be remembered? How do I want to impact the people life? What work do I want to do within my community, right? So this all comes into legacy planning. You also have to think about who will inherit what you have left behind. If you don't have children, you still got to consider it because you don't know what's going to happen 10 to 20 years. So make sure you make a plan. It is important for your financial planning and wealth building. So within your legacy planning, these are a few things that you want to consider, just a few questions that is going to help you get things going. Number one, how do you want people to remember you? Number two, What will you do with your wealth to benefit others? You got to consider we're kingdom children, right? God gave us wealth for us to be a channel of blessings to other people and not just hoard that wealth. So you want to consider, what can I do with my wealth besides taking care of myself and my family that is going to be beneficial to other people? The next thing that you want to consider is, what other type of philanthropic goals do you have that can be carried out even after you're gone? So I'm going to give you guys an example of this. For me, I am very passionate about education. I came from West Africa and I was born in poverty. My parents literally had to consider sending me to school or us eating. And there was time they chose education, and we just had to figure out how we're going to eat. Sometimes we starve, right? So I am big on education, but more so with my wealth, definitely building educational system in Africa. That is something that I want for myself and to leave behind for that. So consider that part, right? What work can you do? Because that is really going to change life, and it's going to be long lasting and standing. So each of these foundations are not built overnight, all right? We live in a microwave generation when it comes to building wealth, where we think we can do things and it's going to be like this. No, these foundation that you're going to build, it is going to take time. It is literally like brick by brick by brick. You got the cash flow. Now you got the investing and limited liability. Then you have your estate. Then you have your legacy. All right. Before you get to the legacy, it's going to take years. But each and everything, there are things that you can do in each and every area of this pyramid that is going to help you. But do not think it is overnight. Do not think you're going to build wealth in 1 year. You have to understand true wealth is not just based on the money and the materialistic things. These four pyramid, part of the pyramid that I share is truly wealth. All right. So even though it's going to take years for you to build, you got to understand it does not hurt you to start planning now and start putting things in place to start building this foundation. Having a plan is the real work, you guys. Literally having a solid plan for your wealth, a solid foundation, that is going to be the real work. Don't be like many of my clients. When I work in banking, many rich people, they waited till the last minute in crisis for them to try to do this. And it was a burden on me. I've seen people that have millions of dollars with no solid financial plan. They had the investments. Okay, but what about your estate and your legacy? They did not think about that. So you don't want to be like that. You want to make sure that you're ahead of the game. That is all that I have for this video. Listen, wealth is your divine inheritance. God has given you the power to build wealth according to Deuteronomy 8:18. So you can definitely do it. Start little by little. Do not feel discouraged if right now the only stages you're at is the cash flow stage. That is actually the first stage. So you're actually doing great. Now that you have this information, you can start pondering upon this and start planning. So that is all that I have for you. Until next time, have a blessed and wonderful day.